A parasitic pest moving near the Texas-Mexico border is targeting livestock. That includes cattle, in an industry that's already struggling with stability and financial strain. Upstate farmers, producers, and consumers are now asking how much of a threat the New World screwworm could pose. Our Caitlin Ashbaugh joins us live at a cattle farm in Gaffney. Caitlin, explain what this is and if there is any need for local concern.
Hey, Sydney. Well, contrary to the name, a screwworm is actually a type of fly, but it's called a screwworm because of the danger and the destruction its larvae can pose. And at this time, we're told there's no concern for food safety on the food chain because of strict regulations from the FDA and the EPA. That's from our local and state veterinarians. But it still poses a larger question for upstate producers, farmers, and the consumers that buy their products. What this does mean for an industry that's already facing immense challenges. This creepy crawler can do some detrimental damage. The larvae targets and burrows inside of open wounds, sharp hooks lining its mouth and tearing flesh. 12 domestic cases have been detected by the USDA in the past month, isolated to parts of Texas, the nation's single largest cattle producing state. Veterinarians in South Carolina say it's tracked and treated differently as an infestation rather than a virus or a disease.
And it's no longer animal movements. The adult New World screwworm flies that have established populations in the wild, those are what's starting to cause the cases now outside the border.
New World screwworm was last reported in South Carolina in the 1950s, eradicated using sterile flies and a lucky cold snap.
This is something old that is new again, unfortunately. And this is something that grandfathers had to work on here. Some people that are old enough still remember doing that with their fathers out on the farms.
Yeah, we're concerned, we're cautious, but right now we're just keeping our eyes open and waiting to see what'll happen. We're definitely a generation removed from that, but what we talk about is, how much more technology do we have now versus the 50s? And so I think we definitely have a leg up on where we were back then.
Drought, sickness, and development poses threats to economic stability among generational establishments. The LeMaster family farm manages despite that strain, preparing hundreds of cattle stock for sale locally and in parts of the Midwest.
South Carolina is one of the fastest growing states in the nation, and our farmers just can't compete. The U.S. cow herd is the smallest it's been in a long time.
Consumers are paying the price for shrinking supply. Beef costs are averaging about $6.90 per pound as of April of this year, compared to $3.82 in 2016. That's according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Even with these higher prices at the grocery store, our consumers are still choosing beef. It's not all doom and gloom.
And the question being, how does this impact humans, right? Well, we are hearing that infection is very rare. In most cases, this is people who are susceptible, or often people who are exposed to the elements and are unhoused populations. But officials, including that state vet we spoke to earlier today, says that there are efforts underway to help curb an outbreak. That includes preventative medication and treatments, surveillance, and even a facility that's being under construction at this point that'll help house some of those treatment options. Reporting in Gaffney, Caitlin Ashbaugh, WYFF News 4.